What are Jim's thoughts on the spat between Jim Ross and Seth Rollins?
Okay, I know that somebody was talking about the spat on Twitter between Jim Roth and Seth Rollins. What happened? I don't have any idea. It wasn't my week to watch those two specific individuals to make sure they wouldn't knock each other. What happened?
I watched from afar as well. I believe what happened was Seth Rollins at some point did an interview where he said that AEW was the minor leagues, and Jim Ross, being a good soldier, had a very passionate defense for that. That's, I think, what the spat is. Unless there's more to it that I don't know about.
That I have no comment. I mean, both were right. Both were right. It compared to the WWE right now, AEW is a minor league, especially with the talent they keep showcasing. And Jim Ross was right to defend his company on behalf of him and Chris Jericho and Cody and two or three other, maybe some of the people that work backstage that actually know what the fuck they're doing. So both were right.
What do you think of wrestlers from one company saying things like that about the other company? Any general philosophy about them doing it or not doing it from you?
Well, I mean, now that everybody gets bent out of shape on Twitter. I mean, wrestlers used to when there was a promotional war going on, they used to go to the back door of the other company's arena and try to challenge the motherfuckers to a fight for real. And the other guys were pulling in with their fucking guns in their cars, and extra police were hired by the arena for security. And now they're sniping at each other on Twitter. Fuck yes, you should knock everybody that's not you or your business. Fuck them all. Especially if you're a heel. If you're a baby face, you shouldn't go on and say, well, everybody else on the other side is trash. But if you're a heel, have the fuck at it. But it's just like everything else in wrestling. It's become pussified from what it used to be. Read the old timers books. Guys that got mad at each other in wrestling used to hit each other in the head with tire irons, cut each other with razor blades. Now they block each other on Twitter. And knock each other on fucking Instagram or whatever the fuck it is. So it's like all of wrestling. It's pussified. I started knocking other companies because for one thing, I was knocking in Smoky Mountain. Smoky Mountain was a big knock to both WCW and the WWF at first. It was like, we're actually going to fucking show wrestling, not this clown show you've been seeing. Then, in the 90s, it was the same thing, because I think you should just call out stupid shit in the business. It's not good for it, regardless of where it happens to be. And also, you should say good things about the business when you actually happen to get a microscope and find it, which we do. And nobody cares about the good things. They just like to hear fucking conflict.
Well, Seth Rollins has been a popular subject in the emails that have been sent in since you praised him so highly recently. I guess it must have been before the Hell in a Cell. It must have been something where you praised him, because it can't be from that match.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I've praised him many times over the last number of years, but no, and that wasn't his fault. That's what he was told to fucking do by some idiot. And, and it killed him. And that's why guys should learn to say no. If anybody, Seth Rollins, by this point, ought to have the oomph to be able to say, just no, we got to do something else. But he didn't. And it buried him. The people booed him out of the building. One of the best performers in the entire business in any country on this planet. And has everything. And can talk and looks great. And his work looks fucking impeccable. And he's grown up enough to where now he can work with the big boys instead of just doing the flips and the stunts. His fucking matches are excellent. And they somehow figure out a way to have that guy booed out of the building. He should have gone back and shot every member of creative up until and if that Vince McMahon is the one that really wanted that to be done. That's the stupidest thing that I've ever fucking seen. But it wasn't Seth Rollins' fault.